Greetings and welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. Super excited to be here today. Oh my gosh, it's been too long. Wow. I'm just excited to be able to get back to the painting table and be able to enjoy a wonderful night of painting with all of you. This is going to be amazing, super fun. First off, I'd like to apologize. We actually had, I guess you could say, the plague run through our house the last couple of weeks, if not a month. But everybody here is doing fantastic, so we're getting back to normality here. I appreciate everybody's patience through the last month. We had a few of our live plays cancel. We've had a lot of painting episodes not happen, but here we are, boom, painting time. Okay, so it looks like, Board Game Officer is here. It is good to see you, Board Game Officer. There was a picture of the Blighted Guardian on top. That is true. Does this mean you're painting, doing more Madara today? You know what? That's a great question. Thank you for, glad you're feeling better. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Granville. It's awesome to be better, and it's awesome to be back. Am I doing more Madara? It's a possibility. Now, normally, one of the things I have my Patreons do is sometimes they help me decide what we're going to be doing in the future. Such as maybe some of the painting episodes or some games we might be playing or characters in the games we're going to be playing, which then I paint up in this episode. But I'm going completely off the cuff today. And I'm going to make everybody here decide what we're going to do. Broccoli Dawkins, welcome back. Thank you. Hello. Good to have you, Broccoli. It's good to see you. It's been a while. I appreciate everybody here. It has been a while to be back, and it's good to see some faces and hear some people that I haven't seen in a while. It's good to see you all. So what we're going to decide to paint today is up to you. I have a couple options. I'm still kind of a little bit working on a cough a little bit, so I apologize if that happens, but here we go. Okay, so first, like you saw in the intro, I do have the Blighted Gardens. If you don't remember the last time we got together, I attempted to paint them and realized I hadn't actually primed them. Well, I did prime them. They are primed now. So that's half the battle. So I do have these Blighted Guardians we could work on. Which is one thing we could choose to paint today. The other thing we could paint today, if we are interested, is I was able to also prime up some of the characters from Frosthaven, from the starting box. These aren't anything that are super secret because they're all starting characters. I've got these three. If you can tell by the symbols down here, is a possibility of painting as well. Now, so let's see, we've got the Drifter is one of them. We've also got the Blink Blade is another one we could paint up, or we could paint up this Bone Shaper guy. This guy's pretty cool looking, look at that. And then I also have the Banner Spear as well. Those are some ones we could paint up. I think I have the Banner Spear here. Yes, I do right here. And here's the Blink Blade right here. So those are some options we have for painting. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do. Started painting the intruders from Nemesis Lockdown. They are a challenge. Oh, I can imagine. I'm just lucky enough having the Sundrop Pledge, which I decided with the all-in just to go with. I don't have to paint them, which is kind of nice. They would be more dynamic if I was able to give them a paint job, but somebody else paint them for me. Okay with that. So, but that's awesome that you're painting the Nemesis Lockdown characters. That is super cool. The intruders, at least. That'll be awesome. So I'm going to do a quick poll before we start. Now, I'm not sure everybody's going to be here, and that's totally fine, but we're going to get to painting pretty soon. So I got my magic handy keyboard right here. I'm going to try a poll. This is going to be awesome. See if it works. Most of the time, this doesn't work all that well. We'll try it. We're going to add in a poll and see if you want to see Frosthaven or if you want to see... Here we go. Start a poll. I'm going to put a question. What to paint? What to... See how much of this I spell wrong, too. That'd be also the other thing we need to do. What to paint. And I can put Frosthaven, or we're going to put in Madara here. We'll see what happens. I'll let you all decide. Ask your community. There we go. Let's see if that works. Board Game House says, is there going to be an option for D, all of the above? I don't think I get through all of it. Maybe I can. And if I do get through all of it, we will definitely move on to more things. That is for sure. The poll to end all polls. Well, we'll see. This could be something else. We'll see how this all transpires here. I'm going to let that fly for a while. But if we do paint up some Frosthaven, I think I'm going to be going to paint the Bone Shaper because that one looks super cool and super easy to do. And let's see here. I'm not sure what other one I'm going to paint. Mighty Barrett, what's up, good people? Canje Studios, thank you for joining. Derek, it's awesome to see you. Join the poll. See what we're going to paint. We'll see what's going to paint. Choose what you want. We're either going to be doing the Blighted Guardians from Madara, or we're going to do some of these starting characters from Frosthaven tonight. Normally, like I said, I have a plan, but I'm completely off the cuff today. But it's good to see you here, Canje. Last time I think I did the last time I did a painting episode was when we built our insert. So it's awesome to have you here. This is super cool. I choose Marvel United. Well, that's not going to happen. We're not going to be painting Marvel United. Trent's giving me a thumbs up for Frosthaven. That's pretty good. Feel free to vote. I've got a little bit of time left for I'm going to close that poll before to see what we are going to paint. Now, of course, if you guys put me at 50-50, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just paint something completely different. Like, I don't know if I'll find something. I know I got to. As Loquitur Gaming would say, I have a pile of opportunity. Glad you're feeling better, but you're not having a plan. Makes me think you're still sick. This is true. This is true. I think. Well, my plan today was to get ready for this, but actually I had to help my son with a History Day project that he is working on with some friends of his in his class. And so I had to help him get that up and running. So I really didn't get a lot of chance to figure out what I was going to do here. I think Dan's onto something. Yeah. Or maybe being sick for so long has found out that my plan sometimes, maybe I don't need a plan. And I just go with it. That's my new philosophy. Not my new philosophy. Not my new philosophy. Don't worry, I'll have a plan next time I get next Monday. I'll have a plan. Actually, I've got a really awesome plan for next Monday, and I'm excited to share it with you after we're done with this painting episode. I'm going to talk to you what we're going to do near the end for next Monday with Colin. I'll leave you at that. All right, I'm going to close this poll in what? Let's say like 10 seconds here. Let's see how that goes here. Let's see. I got 10, 9. Ending poll soon. Poll is closing. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, done. End poll. All right. And from what I could gather, it looked like Madara got 71% of the votes, so we are going to be painting up those blighted guys. And that's good because I want to get those two painted so I can get a playthrough done. Now, if I painted up the Gloomhaven ones, I probably wasn't going to do a playthrough of it. I've actually had some people ask me about it, but I'm not planning to do a playthrough of Frosthaven. One, there's a lot of playthroughs of Frosthaven probably going to be out there, and I really think I need to just make a playthrough that is going to be a pretty a playthrough you can find a lot of, and there's a lot of really great channels that are probably doing playthroughs that are going to be doing playthroughs of Frosthaven. I haven't actually had a chance to play Frosthaven yet. My Gloomhaven group hasn't gotten together in a while. Still haven't gotten together, so I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. We can do it. So we're going to do this guy right here. Boom. We're going to be painting up this Blighted Guardian. And I tried to do this last time, and there was mass chaos and sadness. This time there's not. There's going to be happiness and joy. That is what there's going to be. So we're going to paint this guy up. I've got 2 of them. We're going to do a little bit of what do you call it, assembly line painting, because I'm going to be painting the same thing on both characters at the same time, letting it dry and moving on. So we'll do that. The first thing, I remember I tried this last time, and then I got sad, and so I stopped. But we're going to try to make this helmet that it has right here, this helmet that it's got right there, we're going to turn it into a rust. That's going to be our first plan. So we're going to take this Typhus Corrosion, which is a technical paint from GW here. We're going to, or Citadel I should say, is going to be thing. Is there happiness and joy in the world of Madara? Yes, there is. There's always happiness and joy in the world of Madara. It's because you're always being happy and joyful when you're playing it. They have that awesome story that goes along with it. Oh, it's one of my favorites. I love that game. All right, we're going to shake this paint up a little bit, even though it's a technical paint, because it is actually kind of a wet paint, as opposed to this dry brush paint over here that we're going to use in just a second. We got this up here. Now, this has like a, well, apologize, a little bit of some of the dirt in it as well. So it does give a little bit of texture to it as you're painting this on here. We're just going to paint it right on to this guy's helmet here, to the best of my ability. We're going to paint it on here all the way around, just like that. Get it on there. Come on, get on there. There you go. Well, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yes, yes. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, which I usually am, clap your hands. Not too many times I'm not very happy, especially when I get to do some fun things. How am I doing on this helmet? We're doing okay. Now, is that all helmet? Yeah, this is all helmet. We're just going to paint this all helmet. Paint this helmet with this stuff here. That's the plan. Clap, clap. I love it. More paint on there and go to town on this thing. Go. I think I got good enough on that helmet. A little more down in there. And so it's just going to dry on there. It's wet right now, but when it dries, you'll be able to see maybe a little bit of the corrosion, or not corrosion, but the rocks and stuff that is in it. Stomp your feet. We're gonna the second verse, stomp your feet. That's pretty awesome. I wish I could snap my fingers and get that song out of my head now. Thanks, Derek. Yes, Derek is amazing. Thank you for doing that. Oh, I forgot to get my paper towel. I'm always prepared, man. Always prepared. You have a bunch of paper towels here. Grab your brush when you're done. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. I haven't done this in so long. It's amazing to get back on here. Wow. I just got done recording a video and I was thinking, too bad I wasn't doing this live. I maybe should have, but that's okay. I recorded my final girl video. So I'm super excited to get that up soon. I think it'll be up there hopefully by Friday, maybe at the latest. What else can I say but you're welcome? Yes, there we go. It's in our heads. He has tormented us all. That is what has happened. That's funny. Actually, to tell you the truth, it's the bad news. I don't know if Canje, you know this or not, but I actually am not going to be painting anymore Marvel United because my son told me he's not really interested in ever playing Marvel United again. So I actually got rid of all of my Marvel X-Men game. It's no longer in my house. Got rid of it. That's the deal. I know. You're probably dying over there. Yeah. Dying inside. And I'm no longer your friend. I know. That's the deal. Blasphemy, he says. It's in a home now of somebody that's actually going to have more enjoyment with it than I would have. My son and I did the Sentinels video, and it was a lot of fun doing that. But then I brought it every time I bring it to the table. I was like, I'm going to go play with my friends. I'm like, do you ever want to play this game? He's kind of went, you know, it's okay. I'd like to do some other stuff. I'm like, okay, well, no reason to keep it around then. All right, there you go. That's done on the helmets. Now, if we look at this guy, heresy, I'm going down. If we look at this guy, I'm going to be painting almost all of this black, but then we're going to come back with a real heavy white dry brush and see how that goes. The other option I could have is keeping this all white and going with a really dark dry brush, but I think we're going to go the other way around. We're going to go black to white. That's going to be the plan here. I think that'll be better. We're going to find our black, which is always the half the battle here. It's going to be finding the paints. I did actually organize these this time. I have them organized. That's going to be where I put it. Oh, look at that. See, first try. Boom! Just like the Lego movie. First try. Got it. I'm amazing. All right, got my black. We're going to shake this up a little bit. I do have some good news, though. I was able to get a hold of a copy of, what do you call it? Wait a minute. Is that what I think? No, everything's fine. Okay. I got a copy of a game called Nanolith. The prototype. I got the prototype of Nanolith, so I'm pretty excited to do that coming soon. My friend William over at Hungry Gamer had the prototype, and he asked the people if he could pass it to me. They said sure. So I'm hoping to get that up pretty soon. Might even tell him play that live. We'll see how that goes. For those that don't know that game, it's an RPG or kind of a space age dungeon crawling RPG type game. So I'm pretty pumped for that one. That'll be good. Got Nanolith equals Good News City. Boom. That's right, Dan. Good News City. Oh, there's no Bad News City over here today. That's for sure. So what we're going to try to do is paint a lot of this black, but I'm going to leave a lot of this here. With this part, I'm going to make more red and green. Phantom Epoch equals Barrett written all over it. It really did. I got a chance to watch some of that. For those of you that don't know, Canje Studios did a playthrough of Phantom Epoch. Was it last night? I think it was last night. Because I got home. Was it Sunday night? No. It was Monday night. It was Monday. Because I think I was doing something and my family finally came home. That was last night. Okay. My names all go together. Blending. They blend together. Thank you. It was last night. And I was able to watch some of it. It was really, really cool. So I was waiting for you to find that out. Yes, the sub pump goes off, and you said you were pumped. You got Nanolith. Coincidence? I think not. Very true. Very true. So yes, Canje did that last night. It looked really awesome. I had a chance to watch a little bit of it this afternoon. I'm planning to finish it. So it looks really cool. Yes, you're right. It looks like something right up my alley for sure. Pretty pumped for that one. All right, let's get to painting some of this black on here and see if we can get this going here. Get on this on the brush, and we're going to just paint all this almost all black here, even like his head and everything. I'm not going to paint his tongue though, but we're going to go back and dry brush a lot of this white after we get this black on here. I'm going to paint that right on. Look how much better it paints on there when you actually prime the model. Absolutely amazing, I tell you. Something else. Like it was meant to be. I'm just going to kind of, it almost feels like I'm kind of slopping it on. Now I'm going to kind of go around this thing because I think these are, now he's got some of these like protrusions on him. Like this thing right here is a protrusion. This thing, it's like a mushroom going on here. So we're not going to paint the mushroom. We're going to just leave that as is. And this arm kind of comes down a little bit and ends right about here. Now the cool thing is I can kind of blend it in together eventually. But we're going to paint all these. This is all going to be painted black. His whole torso, his legs, everything. But as we get going, we will attempt to maybe add a little bit of color to this guy, and I think it'll be pretty cool. Paint some more of this all the way around. Now, I don't want to hit the leaf, but I probably will. That's okay, even though it's harder to paint on top of it. It's going to be just fine. We're going to get down into his legs here, paint that up a little bit. That. Go. All the way around. And now I'm going to put it in here, otherwise I'll spill it. Ryan from Meeple Marathon gave me this. It's pretty awesome. Go. It's all up here, all the way down to his leg. I don't care if I get on the base because I'm going to paint the base and like do some stuff for the base, so that's totally fine. Go. Turn around like that. Put them in there. With that, that's okay. I'm going to put some oopsie paint on that later, and that'll be totally fine. Down a little bit more oopsie paint's going to need to go on, but that's fine. Go. Love it. I'm glad that Phantom Epoch is doing more marketing. It is a fun game. Yes, it looks really cool. I'm guessing now, if I remember right, that one went to Kickstarter, but it didn't actually fund or something. So they had to come back. I think if I remember right, it's how that works. Am I right about that? Wrong about that? I can't remember. Okay, we're gonna go into his head now. What's stuff back here? Those are chains. What? Okay, he's got some kind of chain going on here. Does it look like chains to you? Like chains to me. I don't know where those are in this model though. Let's see what we got here. Not sure. We're gonna just paint it. That's gonna be that's gonna be paint black. It funded, but they canceled to retool and get more marketing. I think it's a fun game. Love the AI. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember exactly what the status was on that one. There we go. I think that's gonna be good on there. Go around over. There we go. See how I did on this side. I'm gonna come down farther on the arm than I did on the other side. I'll paint it up here. Then I can use him for my mushroom infested monster in Dungeons and Dragons. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. It'll be kind of fun, but I don't have one ready. Black on. There we go. Like I said, it's gonna go over this whole model here. Totally fine, except for on. I'm gonna do a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit of oopsie paint. I'm going to need a lot of oopsie paint all over this model. That's okay. Totally fine. Correct. Sadly, I was the only YouTuber that made a video, so it didn't get to the public wire very well. Oh, that's too bad. Or one of the only ones at least. Yeah, I didn't. I have a hard time. I don't really. One of the downfalls of me is I'm not good at reaching out to publishers and stuff to get like games and or get anything or be able to communicate with them. So a lot of times I just kickstart games when they come out. I play them, and that's really about it. I don't usually do as many previews as I probably should or get to, just because I don't know. I'm not really good at that kind of part of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I usually just enjoy playing the games more than anything else. It's kind of tough. But it's awesome you did one board game officer. I kind of wish I would have had a copy of it. I would have loved to do something about it too. I also am not very good at figuring out what games are coming out. I'm not as up on that as I probably should be. I know Canje and Steve are like always up on that stuff. But it's kind of funny because when we used to do the co-op chat, sadly before Derek joined, we used to have a segment was called like "What's Coming Up," and it was kind of neat because all of a sudden Steve would talk about a game. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Steve, that game sounds absolutely amazing." I would go and back it, but we don't really start with that anymore. We just dig right into topics, which is really fun. Don't get me wrong, love it. I just don't have as much. I don't have as much knowledge about what's coming out anymore. Before I ruined it for you, everyone, see where you are going with that. I ruined it for everyone. I see where you're going with that. What are you talking about, Kenji? Oh, I see what you mean. You ruined it. No, you never ruined anything for us. You're amazing. For those of you that don't know, Kanji and I and Steve do a co-op chat every Saturday when Steve's computer works. And then we get to chit chat about awesome board game topics, and we have a lot of fun. It's over on the One Stop Stream channel. So if you're not a subscriber there, please go do that because then you can join us every Saturday in the chat. And we can talk board games, just like this. Yes, I really do need all these board games. That's what it's all about. Board games. Roar. All right, let's keep on painting here. I think this guy's done with that. Go over to the black on this guy. That's the deal. Variant is the best. Basically royalty. Almost. I should probably get a crown. I could be royalty. No, I'm not royalty at all. I'm just some dude that sits in his basement and paints miniatures and plays board games. That's all I am. Oh my gosh. Got a day job too. She got to go do today. It was fun. Oh, I gotta go down here so you can see me paint. We're gonna paint this dude same way. We're gonna put the black all the way down. His arm here. Up to there. Same over on this side. Up to there. We can always, like I said, touch any of this up with our oopsie paint. We have some oopsie paint we're going to use, so that'll be good. I have decided not to paint the hair, I guess, on these. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. We'll get going here and figure out what we're going to do. That'll be the deal. Royalty, not royalty. Farthest thing from. Thing. I want to hit it. Probably will hit it. Now, the funny thing is, I'm going to spend a lot of time getting these guys all painted up, and they're probably going to be on the board like twice in all of the Madara missions. Let's see. But if you missed it last time we got together too, we painted. Oh, I think we did actually paint this person up last time, which is pretty sweet. We painted her up. I'm pretty excited for her. She turned out really well. Really excited for this one. That worked awesome. Super pumped. She looks cool. That's really amazing. Now we're gonna make these guys look cool too. That's the plan. At least that's the plan. We'll see what we can do here. Hopefully other people are getting a chance to play some games and paint some miniatures as well. Lots of fun. My son and my Dungeon Dragon group has not met for a while. We had with our illnesses and what do you call it? The Leprechaun Day was at St. Patrick's Day, which I've got a couple of friends that play Dungeon Dragons with us that are still single, so they went out and had a good time on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't. I stayed inside. Stayed inside. I did not go out anywhere. Actually, on St. Patrick's Day, I think I had a bunch of kids over, and my son played Dungeons and Dragons with them, and they needed me to play, so I played a little bit. I was a cleric, rocked. We took down some undead stuff. It's kind of cool. All right, black on this guy here. Trying to make sure I get all of him painted up. Arm here. There we go. Just like that. Okay. like that and under there. Go. I think that guy looks pretty good over there. Okay. Swirl on him and see how we do. He missed his leg. Super glad I checked that out. I look like a fool. I'm painting some Oathsworn right now. Oh, that's awesome. I still want to get back to Oathsworn. We're 2 weeks off from Oathsworn. Oh, so bad. I was in Oathsworn denial. Or I should say Oathsworn, not denial. That's the wrong word. Oathsworn. I need to go into Oathsworn rehab, baby. I didn't get to play Oathsworn, so I was really sad. It was bad. I felt bad that we couldn't play because I really wanted to get withdrawal. There we go. Oathsworn withdrawal. That's why I was in. Wish we could have played Oathsworn, but didn't work out. But we're getting back to it. We're getting back to it. Getting back to it. You start the campaign on Saturday. Oh, awesome! You'll have to tell me how the campaign goes. Are you just is it with people that have never played before? And if so, that's gonna be awesome. I'm super pumped for you. That'll be amazing. You have to tell me how that goes. I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear how it goes. See what people thought of it. If people are wondering what I feel about it, you can check out my top games of 2022 video. It might have made the video. Might have made the video. I've guys standing on his head because it's easier to paint this part of him. Standing on his head for sure. Go. This guy's painted up. I need him to be right now. Boom. All right. I am 50 minutes away from finishing Darkest Dungeon 141. Oh, Dan. Wow, you are the trooper. Oofda. 141 miniatures. At some point I should really set a goal for myself. And that'd probably make me really concentrate on that goal. Like, one of my goals is to get Deep Madness to the table. But in order to do that, I got to paint a lot of miniatures. So I maybe should make myself do that. That'd be the way to do it. That's the deal. Trust me, Baron, you do not want to open box for it. I'm pumped, Bill. Welcome, Bill. It's good to see you. It's been a while. I hope everything is well with you. Oh my gosh, I'm pumped for anything Oathsworn. It's gonna be awesome. Totally awesome. Granville, yes, me and the brother of the Hungry Gamer. Oh, really? You're all gonna play together? That'll be awesome. Like I said, you'll tell me how it goes. That'll be amazing. Yes, Hungry Gamer just sent me Nanolith, so I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped. I can't really wait to dig into that. I kind of looked into it a little bit this afternoon, but that's about all I could do before we had to start on our homework because there's lots of homework we had to get done today. All right, here we are. Let's see it. Let's see if we got this done. Let's see if we got these guys where we need to get them. Right now we got all the black on them like this we need, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Oopsie paint right now to touch up the gray parts that I hit with my black paintbrush. But I just want to make sure I got all the black done first. Rotate this around, make sure we didn't miss any parts. I think we're okay. We're okay. Even on that, yeah, I think his mouth is okay. Let's check this guy's mouth. This guy's got to get a little bit more. I think I got to get a little bit more here. Get a little more here. There we go. Up there. Boom. And see about the neck. I think the neck on this guy needs right there. Yeah, hard to see. Right there. Okay. There you go. Now let's get my Oopsie paint out and fix the parts. That's the deal. Gotta fix the parts that you make a mess on. And that's okay. That's what it's for. My Oopsie paint, for those of you that don't know, is my Gray Seer Gray because I do base everything in gray when I paint, especially when I use the contrast paints from Citadel Paints, which is one of my favorite paints. Now I do have a lot of the speed paints, but for these particular guys, I painted a lot of these already with either contrast or straight army painter, so I decided just to kind of keep in this more darker vein. I have noticed the speed paints became a little bit more lighter, which is really cool, but I wanted to keep these guys a little bit more darker, which is funny because the game itself is a very bright game. So what I'm doing now is I'm painting gray over any of the parts that I hit with my paintbrush, because that way when I paint the contrast paints over them, paint over them. Now if I was good at painting, I wouldn't have to do this because I wouldn't have hit these in the first place. But, you know, flop and drop factory right here. Stuff on the table. Not looking for golden demon brush awards here by any means. Trying to get this stuff on the table. Here, hit right here. That thing. Bonk, 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 bonk. There we go. Hit it. Bonk. Done. All this spray painted. Now, some of that's not even going to be seen, so it's not the end of the world. If I try too hard, see, sometimes if I try too hard, I'll get the black just comes shining through because I'm not putting it on the stick as I should. So in theory, you should always paint with a lot of light layers, like multiple light layers, but I don't do that. I paint straight out of the pot, right to the miniature, boom, go. That's the deal. It looks pretty good. I think there's only one other part right here. Really hit that flower. Oh, don't fall on the ground. Not yet. That's for later in the episode. I find the other parts. Underneath there. They're going to see that. Okay, it's all touched up. So you have Citadel, Army, Speed, Contrast, and Oopsie paints. That's correct. I've got a whole ton of fun is what I've got. This is my fun pile right here. What I have is I have a whole set of Army Painter normal paints that I got a long time ago that even come with their shades or something, I think is what they call them. Dark tone. They had called them tone, purple tone I think I've got in here. And yeah, I got purple tone. Back to tones is what I've got. I also have a full set of speed paints over here, which are pretty sweet. Then these are kind of my technical paints over here. A lot of them are either stuff like this where it's my, oh, you're not going to see that one. There we go. It's more of our technical paints for like some of the, what do you call them, basing paints, or even have some washes back here. A lot of the Citadel washes, like the all famous Null and Oil wash, I have that back there. Then, wrong button. These are all my contrast paints wrapped around here. Now it's not a full line at all, not even close. But I have what I need. If I ever need something else, I go buy one. Then these are my Super Dork paints. That's right. It actually is a company called, oh sorry, Turbo Dork. Turbo Dork Paints. They have a company called Turbo Dork. If you're interested in Turbo Dork, you can freeze frame this one. So like this, boom, close up freeze frame. You can go to this QR code and learn something about Turbo Dork paints. They are awesome. They're very good for spaceships and anything that you're going to make look like kind of bright. They kind of really they're really cool. They make things it's almost like metallic paints that are really cool. For example, if we were to do the Blink Blade, I would use some of those paints on some of like the knife in here, and I'd even kind of put it into some of his stuff here, and it would like reflect. It'd have this really reflective stuff. It's really cool. Hi all, haven't gotten my Barrett quote for a while, so I thought I'd hang out. Yeah, don't worry, you'll get a quote out of me for sure. The quote and a quota, one of the two. So that's actually that's really my lines of paints that I have back here. In case nobody's seen this before. And also, Ahsoka is always painting with me. She always stands here and paints with me. This is my only one of these I own. All the rest of my son owns, and they're all broken. But that is always with me as well. So I always have a lot of cool things up and around here. It's kind of my dealie. It's my only place where I actually have all my neat stuff that I get to have. Like I even got my birthday cards that a friend of mine's, one of my best friend's wives. She makes these birthday cards, which is really cool. She's a scrapbooker. She's one of the best I've ever seen. So yeah, I got a lot of fun stuff around here. And then over here, which is off camera, let's see if I can bring it over here. You're going to see like TVs and everything. I got a whole other little set of stuff over here. This is, again, a bunch of really random junk. This is some old Citadel paints, and also, again, some more technical paints. Like this is where I have my Blood for the Blood God paint, which is like supposed to make it look like blood. This is also where I usually keep something like my Nurgle Rot. I have Nurgle Rot, so it usually sits right there. And this is also where I keep all my basing stuff as well. And I guess you can also say it also holds all the extra stuff that is all just random junk that it just all sits in that corner. What it is. I also have some airbrush paints. I don't use them very often, almost never. But all the rest of them are either dry brush paints or some kind of technical paint of some kind. Absolutely a bunch of stuff. So there we go. Everybody can have a nice little view of my painting station. That's the deal. I also have a lot of other stuff here, like my box of alien dudes. These are these die-cast miniature aliens for the Aliens Leading Edge game. Remember, the community sent me this with a really nice note that he wrote me, saying that he was really excited that I did the playthrough of the game and that he wanted to send these to me because he's never going to have a chance to use them. So I had a chance to paint all these up, and they're all set to go. I haven't used them yet. This is Pharaoh. I don't ever paint it up yet because she's not really used in the game unless you actually decide to go to the Hunt for the Queen, which someday I'm actually going to do. But yeah, that's a lot of my painting station, and it's just, it grows. I swear it grows like every month and every week. I get new things and I put them out somewhere, and it's pretty neat. There we go. I even have my I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, but I got my Lance of Longinus from Evangelion. I keep that over here too. That's part of my stash of fun. Morgan Knight, it's awesome to have you here. Hello, hello. Any guesses on which paint ends up on the floor this time? I'm sure whatever somebody's guess will be right. I'm sure it will. So there's my travel around my painting station. Sorry about that, but there you go. I hope that helps Board Game Officer asking me about what paints I have and things of that nature. Nice. I need to start my Massive Darkness 2 boxes soon. It's very intimidating altogether. I saw all the miniatures from that game. They look cool, but there's a lot of them. Oofda. Lots of them. All right. We need to do a little dry brushing now. We're going to take our dry brush paint. It's a dry brush, I should say. It's actually a mess. Now, I don't have to shake this one up because it's a dry brush paint, in case people don't know what that is. It's a paint that's actually in your pot. It's already dry. You just dab a little bit on there. Then you brush off some of it so it's not just as thick as it was before. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush this helmet, and it's going to start looking like rust, which is pretty sweet. It'll look like a rusty helmet. That's what I want it to look like. So, as you can see, it kind of starts turning rusty. This rust color here. Around it. Pretty sweet. So yeah, this typhus corrosion and the Raza rust together turn this into a really cool looking rust color. You can use this on like small miniatures, you can use it on big miniatures. It just looks awesome. Stab this guy when there's a little bit of rust. You can. I think I have. Might have gave it back to Colin. One of the monsters we fought in one of our games, I painted up to have like a rust color to it, and I wonder if he. I think I gave it back to him. I think I gave that back. I really like the way that this was really cool that they were able to make rust like this. There are a lot of other ways to do it. This is just the fastest way now that I know to do it because, well, made for us. So there. Got some rusty helmets now. Look at that. That looks okay, right? Rusty helmets. They're all rusty. Good stuff. That's fantastic. What do you use for the dry brush? I have a Citadel dry brush. I picked this up years ago. It's a small dry. I can't even tell you when I bought this thing. Years ago. I bought this years ago. Now, I have other ones too, but mostly I use that one. I've got like, here's just like a small handful of the brushes I have that I use. I would tell you most of the time I don't use 90% of these. These are some real small detail brushes. This one is a good one. Here's another nice one I use sometimes. Here's another dry brush. Here's another dry brush from Army Painter. Army Painter dry brush. This is a good brush. A lot of these have seen better days though, as you can tell. This is another one I use for dry brushing as well. It's more of a controlled dry brush because it's so small. That's the deal. I know talking with Loquitur Gaming, he uses makeup applicators or something for women putting makeup on and stuff. You can get them small to big. He uses those for dry brushes. It's pretty good. Meaning the brush you're using. Yes. That's so that's that. I hope that helps. Hope that answers the question. So yeah, what I painting got came out. I guess I was talking so much. I'm painting. Oh, here's another painting I got. Ready, Alien. What the heck is this? OBS is talking to me. It's telling me bad things. Good bad things it's telling me. Oh, it said I disconnected, but then I reconnected. That kind of like I got up again and I'm never gonna keep you down. Something like that. Uh-oh. Not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming as such viewers may experience buffering. Oh, I hope not. I hope you guys are not experiencing buffering. That makes me sad. That makes me super sad. Oh no, it is gonna be bad. Really? Come on. Why is this doing smack thing? Thank you. Thank you, OBS, for being super sad and sad for me. Hopefully that changes in a second here. It's all Jamie's fault. Definitely Jamie. Hopefully, everybody. Nothing I can do. I'm not a technical genius. I just enjoy doing what I do. Now I have excellent connection, so we'll see if that changes things. But wonder if I stop the stream and restart it, if that would help. Not sure. Well, you'll have to tell me if the connection gets better or not here. Probably not. Barf. Really? Not happy. Not happy. Wait a minute. We're going to stop the stream and start it again. Maybe that'll make a difference. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to type that in the chat too. Something is right where it is. Oofta. All right, that's the power of the internet right there. That is fun stuff. Oh, all right. Wow. So that was my dry brush. Apologize. Thank you all for hanging in there. That was awesome. That was not awesome. We okay. We're done with that. That was not fun. That was not happy fun time. I am going to dry brush on top of the mini now. Because now, like I said, I got the rust on there, but if you look at this guy, he looks a little bit like he needs to have this stuff going on. Thank you, Morgan Knight. He loves the chaos in the streams. Yes, gotta love chaos streams. Yeah, chaos streams are amazing. Fun. I'll be very disappointed if this stream totally fails here pretty soon. So I want to try to get that so it has this more of a whiter look to it instead of all this darkness. That's the plan. Jason, thank you for joining, man. You just missed my extravaganza of having to shut down and restart and shut down and restart. Hey, bud, just got the live stream. Hope you and the family are doing well. We are doing well, Jason. Thank you so much for asking. I hope things are well with you. I hope the gaming is going great. I have not been out to game yet. I survived. My family survived the plague, which is half the battle. So we're good there. We all got sick over spring break, which was sweetness. Let's see here. I need color. I think we're gonna use this one. Skeletal bone. Would that be good enough? Let's see what else I got. I got a plague. I got the plague color. Let's go with the plague. Necrotic flesh. But everything's great. Everything's wonderful. What's your true thoughts on Skyrim Adventure board game? I know that Chip Theory has a big Kickstarter coming to GameFound. Skyrim adventure game. I enjoy it. I've had some issues with my guy becoming super powerful. I don't know if that's a problem because I'm playing solo or if you're playing with multiple people, it would be cool. I have had a chance to play it multiplayer and it was pretty cool. I did like the fact that we could all kind of do our turns together. I did like the fact that we could only help each other in the dungeons, but not with our quests. But I'm sure that's a scaling issue. If you had a lot of people trying to work with the same quests, you'd blow through them. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it in my collection after I go through that small campaign that's in the game. There is. Are you kidding me? Now my OBS is going fantastic. breaking up again here. Adrian, yes, it is. I see it's breaking up on my end too. Barf. Wow. Disappointed. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's me. Oofda. Let's see. I don't know how to rectify this situation. Okay, hopefully third time's a charm here. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. So, poofda. Okay, I have now decided to just. I was going off the Wi-Fi. I'm going to straight hardline it and see what happens. Hopefully that doesn't matter anymore. Um, that's my plan. So now I'm wired straight into my router. Hopefully that will hold up. We shall see. Thank you all for your patience. I apologize for this. Um, such is the power of love here. Let's see here. So I don't know where I was. Watching Baron get frustrated and frozen slow with different faces. Epic. You have my support, sir. Hang in there. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Wow, so good. Oh boy, okay. Where was I now? Oh, I don't remember. Jason asked me about Skyrim. So I guess to long story short, fun game. I'm going to play through the campaign, but I think after that, it's going to probably not be a game I'd be returning to that often, especially since there are other games out there. And there are some other epic adventure games that I think are really cool, like some of the other ones. Like, I mean, on my top 22 games, I think it made my list in 2022. I don't know how long it's going to stick around. I don't know if that helps or not, uh, but that's what I feel about on that game. I like running into all the side quests. I'm not going to go back and play it just to see side quests. That's going to be the deal. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. Now, where are we painting these guys? Oh, we're gonna make them look cool. Okay, we're gonna make them look cool. So what we're gonna do is I am going to get this stuff out of the way. Touch the paint. I've got some paint. Well, I had to move my camera around. Hopefully this is okay. Yeah, it's not even facing where it's supposed to. There we go. Right back over there. There's all my guys. Look at them right here. Okay, I don't need any brushes anymore. But I do want to use this one. This is going to use this dry brush. So I got some of this paint out here. This is called Necrotic Flesh. There we go. We're going to use this. We're going to put this on the brush. We're going to dry brush this. I'm just going to take it. I'm not going to take much off because I really kind of want a thick dry brush of this. So that's even too much. I took too much off. Really want to keep a lot of it on there. That would be tough. There we go. Really good. Like that. What music do you listen to? Bad Bunny, Fred again, Earth, Wind, Fire. What's your fire? Great question. I am into. I've got a lot of guilty pleasures. My main guilty pleasure is punk rock. Um, I've always been a huge fan of Bad Religion's my favorite band ever. In that thing, that's the deal. Really like Bad Religion's my favorites of all time. So this is more what I want. This more thicker dry brush. You can still kind of see the black underneath, but not very much. And I want that up on top. But as we go down, I want less of it. I want it to be more of the dark color coming through, just like that. That's what I want. Perfect. Absolutely 100% perfect what I want. That's the plan. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying with Skyrim when you were breaking up. Oh, what are you painting? Good question. We are painting up a Blighted Guardian from Madara. I still love Madara. So, speaking of games I keep around, I'm keeping Madara forever. Madara is one of my favorites of all time. Really love it. But like I said, I don't know how much longer Skyrim is going to be sticking around. I'm probably not going to do much of the extra stuff that came with the Kickstarter. There's a lot of cool things. One of them was all the miniatures for that game. You don't need them. And I really didn't, even for a person who loves miniatures and does painting and stuff, I don't ever see myself using those miniatures in any way, shape, or form. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that will, and I support that. That's fantastic. But I have no need for those miniatures at all. That's another thing I didn't need. Um, one, I have enough miniatures to last until cows come home. But so I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed what I played and what I am playing of that game, but I think that'll be enough of it. Not every game's for every person. That's the way it goes. Again, I kind of want the darker. I want it to be more on top, on the bottom. There. That's the deal. I was at the Mall of America tonight and went into Games by James, and they had a copy of the new Masters of the Universe from Cool Mini or Not, and also had a copy of Marvel Zombies from Cool Mini or Not. I didn't get it. Didn't buy it. I'm guessing I didn't out. Guess I didn't buy it. I know Marvel Zombies is supposed to be pretty cool. Even the one from that they have out now, that little one. It's not, of course, the big giant one. But the little one, I know that I think Steve from One Stop and Canje did some playthroughs of it. I don't have it. I know that what's his name, Colin has it. Maybe I should get it from him and do a playthrough of it at some point. Nice. I put my hand on the paint. That's my favorite. But I should give that a shot. I haven't given that a shot yet. That'd be pretty fun. So we're dry brushing this dark, lighter color onto this miniature. I think it's looking pretty good. I like what I got here. Here, that's the deal. I think it looks pretty neat. I like that. What exactly when exactly do the cows come home? I no clue, man. Not a farmer. I don't do cows. I don't shuck corn. I don't know any of that stuff. I know. I'm at home, and I got home at 5:30 today. That's the best thing I can tell you. I don't know about the cows. Oh, probably should know where the cows come home though. Oh my gosh. So again, going down this guy with a dry brush. That's a light dry brush. I want a darker one, so I'm not going to take as much off. I'm going to leave as much of this paint on as possible. There we go. It'll come down on this miniature with a lot of paint on it for a dry brush. Now, of course, the more I wipe off on my towel over here, the less is going to actually be on the brush, which means less is going to go on the miniature. Now, a lot of times you want not much on the brush to get that. Oh, that's a lot. See, sometimes you get too much. And then it's no good. But you know what? I think it'll be fine because it's a fluid. It's an organic monster. Organic creatures are always easier to paint than sometimes, depending on than some other stuff. But I think this is going to go just fine. I like the fact that this is really getting on nicely. Back. First, I want to do the legs. They're farther down. I've used a lot of the paint off. That's the deal. What's your favorite character playing Madara? Oh, see, now that's a. See, now you're trying to trick me. You're trying to trick me, Jason, because there isn't a favorite character in Madara because you can make any one of those characters be whatever you want, which is pretty sweet. I love it. I like Zeke's extra dodge. I like the boost that what's her name gives people. That's pretty awesome. Being able to fly is almost just like almost in any game you play. Remy's ability to fly is almost broken. I don't know how many times I've used her flight to just be a get out of jail free card. Like, oh boy, my guys are about to die. She still has over half her health. Just fly to the exit. And then you hope it's the exit. Sometimes in some of those, they're not the exit. Next thing you know, you like open up another half of the map and you're like, oh no! And then she flies all the way back and these things, other new monsters are coming after you and all of a sudden you've got this epic war on your hands. But they're all really good. I like the fact that, like I said, you can turn any of the characters into anything you want. I think that's really a neat thing. I think that's fantastic. That's one of the reasons I really like that game. I really like that game. There's so many different ways to play it. When I go to Gen Con, that's one of the booths I want to stop by. I want to stop by Succubus Publishing if they're there and say hi and just say, oh my gosh, your game's made. One of the people I want to say hi to. Awesome. Later, buddy. Going to go look for the cows. Talk to you later. Bye, Dan. Thanks for joining. Hope you find some good cows. Remy is the get out of jail free character. Yes, she is. She is the get out of jail free character. That's amazing, huh? Oh, that's great. Because you're putting your hand in paint. That sucks. Oh, Jason, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. I really appreciate it, though. Yes, I've been managed to put my hand right into the paint that's on this little thing here. As I put my hand down, bonk, there it goes. Oh my gosh. That's okay. That's what this paper towel's for. That's okay. Oh my gosh, it's all over me. It's always all over me. That's how it goes. Oh, Jason, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Um, super, super, super nice. Yeah. Oh my gosh, these guys are gonna look cool. I'm pretty excited for these. And after I get these done, then I can go on to the next mission in Madara, which is one of my plans. But of course, there's so many things coming. I have that. I want to get back to Madara because my goal was to finish the first act of Madara before the second one comes out, and I'm wondering if we're going to make that dream come true. Then I also, of course, just got Nanolith from William from Hungry Gamers. I want to get to that. I think that'll be really cool. I still have my 250-page rule book for League of Dungeoneers. That actually, I've read through quite a bit of it. I'm really digging that system. That system seems really cool if you're into a sandbox RPG type game. That game, I think, out of the three that I've seen, Dungeon Crusade, Dungeon Universalis, and League of Dungeoneers, I think that is the most geared towards how I like to play those type of games. So I'm really pumped to get that to the table. And I just got done recording Final Girl, so I recorded it last night. So I'm super pumped to get that up onto the channel because that game was super fun. You'll never guess what mission I did. Oh yeah, you did. I did the alien one because I love it. So that's super super cool. Super super cool. Those are some things. So many good things. Here. Oh, I forgot to do some whoopsie paint on this guy. So we're gonna do some whoopsie paint. I'm gonna put through. I think that's one of my superpowers. I can jump from thing to thing. That's fantastic. I am a Dungeon Crusade. And I've played Dungeon Crusade. I'm a big Dungeon Crusade fan. It's a fantastic game, but it's a bear to put up and set up. It's just an almost ungodly to bag. Yeah, ungodly, too big. Yes, I agree. It is quite a big game, Dungeon Crusade. Um, quite a big game. I don't have that one. I have that one. That's one I don't. That's one I don't have. I don't have that one. It's a big one though. And I think he's putting out a 2.0 or something of that. I think I saw Daniel from the Dungeon Dive talking to it about it. If you don't know who Daniel is from the Dungeon Dive, you should go check out his channel. He does a lot of stuff on some of those bigger sandbox type RPG games. He's really cool. Really neat, really nice, really nice. He does very in-depth reviews on that kind of stuff. I'm just spinning these miniature around and looking for things I might have missed and screwed up and painted on. That's all I'm doing right now. Perfect. All right. I think yes, there's a big Kickstarter that's closing soon. The pledge manager is still open. Oh, okay. Thank you. I knew it was something that was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I think he's doing like a redo of the rule book and adding some more stuff to it. I think if I remember right. We'll see how that all plays out. I think also Rob over at Rob's Tabletop World, I think, was also planning to work with him on a playthrough of some kind. I haven't had a chance to check yet, though. This time of the year is really easy. Actually, that's why there's probably not been a lot of videos and stuff like that. This for me is a pretty busy time of the year. My son just got done swimming. Thank goodness, that was awesome. Swimming is fun. My kid does really good swimming. He's a really good swimmer. But we've done a lot of stuff. Rob Tabletop is covering it next week. Okay, didn't know that he was in bad health. I did not know that either. I didn't know he's in bad health. I was in bad health. I didn't know he is too. No good. No good. Good guy. Good guy. Good guy. Like Rob. Where are we here? We gotta paint red. We like red. Got red. Blood red. We got orange too. Really good red. Blood Angels red. Which ironically is what's on my table right here. This is Blood Angels red as well. My old pot of Blood Angels red that I managed to throw on the floor on the table here. But now we're going to paint some of these mushrooms and things that are on him. Do that. That's our next little goal here. Got mushrooms all over him. That's the deal. And that, now what we're going to do is we're going to paint a lot of this red, but then I'm again going to go over with a dry brush of green on some of this stuff. I think it'll be really cool to have, and maybe even wash it with purple. We'll see how this all transpires. So we're going to go completely over this with red first, over all of these, this like, almost like the Last of Us kind of fungus dude here. Here, not a clicker by any means. Uh, get him up and running here. Right up to the black there. If I get it on the black, not the end of the world. I mean, these are kind of organic creatures, which is kind of neat. Get all that going. Now I could just slop this on and really get, and then really dig into those depth areas here. Now, interestingly, I don't know. It kind of shows this more being maybe green and stuff. I'm gonna have this come out, and I'm actually just gonna stop it there. I wonder if I should paint all metal. No, I think we're still gonna paint this red. We're gonna paint all this red. See how this goes. This could be a disaster. See how it goes. And it doesn't matter I'm hitting the base because I'm going to paint over the base with either one of my technical paints or I'll put some sand on it or something. Something to make it pop. That'll be the deal. Red. That's right, Morgan. Red. Red all over. Not hit as much. Okay on that one. Now let's touch the red. That's fantastic. Touching the red. All right, and we're going to get this mushroom too on his shoulder. Then I'm going to make it like a Smurf mushroom a little bit because I'm going to put some little white dots on it and stuff. I think it'll look really cool. We're going to kind of get this mushroom looking red. Now I did get some on the black here, and that's totally fine. Actually kind of cool. There. Press that. Okay. I think that one's done. Now let's move over to the next one. We'll get this one now. This one also, now it shows like a lot of this stuff is kind of green on the inside. So we're going to paint this red and then do a big heavy green dry brush on it. And I've also found that a purple wash on top of red actually looks kind of cool. I did that on one of my spiders one time. Worked really well. Go. Go. Coming here. Just want to tell you I enjoy your gaming campaigns and hope you continue to make more. Well, thank you very much, Fire Drake. It's awesome to have you here. Thank you for joining. Don't worry, there's always going to be a campaign going on my channel. Right now we are doing Oathsworn, of course, with Colin. But I do hope to get another... I really want to get back to Madara. Another thing I need to do. That's what I need to do. Awesome. But I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Awesome to hear. How's the quality of the cardstock of Madara, and is there a boatload of cards? And is there a boatload of cards? It is a game I plan on adding to my collection. There's an astronomical amount of cards. There's an astronomical amount of ways you can make all your characters, which, like I said, is one of my favorite parts about the game. The cool thing is like even the intelligence on the characters. I don't know if anyone's played this game, but the cool thing about like the way this works is that even the AI on this system is really good. I really like the AI system. It tells you exactly how to. You start up here and you go down, and if adventure ever appeases one of these, it doesn't necessarily stop. So you notice this one says continue down. So even if it did this, it would still keep going and stuff like that. And then it shows, of course, its stats down here and what dice it's going to roll and things like that. Now that's funny right there. That reminds me. every time I do this, I totally forget that I need to change the fact that I use this camera for my haha ta-da, now you can see green, as my green screen camera. So that was kind of funny. It shows the dice you're going to roll and how much they're going to do and stuff. And every dice is unique in the way the numbers it has on it. And of course, there's like little things about each of them. This is just one of the bad guys. One of the bad guys. I'm trying to see if I have. And then they have some of the good guys here. It has like how many action points you can use. It has its own certain things, but of course these can be modified by any items and things you get. These are their base stats you roll if you ever have to roll any of the base stats for the game. These are their health and action, defense and movement and things like that. So it really plays well. It's a good old dungeon crawler. I really like it. And some people, one of the problems is people say that it can be swingy, and it is true. It can be swingy. Sometimes you have some bad dice rolls. It can be pretty bad, but you know, I don't mind. I think it's okay. How's the mini painting tonight? Mini painting's going great, Matthew. Thank you for joining. We're painting up some Blighted Guardians, and it's actually going really well. So far, I'm pretty impressed with how this is going. Pretty impressed. Yes, agreed, Jason. That was a very nice comment. Thank you, Fire Drake. My copy, what does it say here? Wow. My copy of Beast is currently slated for delivery next week. Good thing I've cleared out some bookshelves. Beast, I don't know Beast. I might have to go look up what Beast is. I also enjoy the campaigns. Thank you, Matthew. You're right. I've actually kind of moved away from campaigns for a while, haven't I? I started, I will tell you why I haven't been doing a lot of campaigns. Because there's this guy that is part of the One Stop Co-op Shop. His name's Colin. He wants to play all these campaigns with me, but in order to play them, we have to get through them. So, in order for us to play Aeon Trespass Odyssey, we have to finish Oathsworn and we also have to finish ISS Vanguard. And so, as you can see, it's a big, huge, giant boulder rolling down this small hill. Oh, it's like 21 episodes to get through Oathsworn, which means it's going to be probably about 42 videos when all is said and done with that game. And then we have ISS Vanguard that we're playing, which is absolutely phenomenal. Love that game. Which then we want to get to the Aeon Trespass Odyssey, but I got to get one on my channel just to play like I did with the Kingdom Death a while ago. Kudos for using painted models. Thank you, Fire Drake. I love using painted models. Actually, it was one of the things that I was going to do when I started my channel. Is one thing I was really going to stress to myself is you're going to play these games. I have to get these painted models on the tails because they look so much cooler with painted models. Not too many people at the time when I started were using painted models, which is kind of cool. Same here. I found Barrett thanks to his Machina Arcana and Folklore playthroughs. Yes, Folklore, that's such a game too. Oh my gosh, and Machina Arcana, so many good. And Nemesis solo campaign. Yes, the solo campaign for Nemesis was so good. I really liked playing that one. That was so good. And I played the Lockdown one, and sadly, that didn't go as well as the other one did. I did not do as not doing well. I think the first campaign I watched was, yes, Kingdom Death Monster, and I will be returning to that game when I get the Gambler's Chest, and we're going to play it all the way to the end again. That's fantastic. Hello, lady. That's right. Don't forget League of Seekers and League of Dungeoneers. I do have League of Dungeoneers. I don't know how much of that I'm going to play, but I do have it. I've read the rulebook, and I plan to I want to play the intro mission and start doing a little bit of it because I really think it has a lot of legs to stand on. I think it's a really cool system. I think it's going to be really, really neat to play. So I want to see kind of how that originally starts, but we'll see how it all works out here. Beast is one versus many. One player is a mythical beast, and everyone else plays as a monster hunter. Hidden movement looks amazing. That's probably why I haven't heard of it. I don't do too many of the one versus many. Jason, thank you so much for joining. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope to hang out sometime. Have a great night. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope I was able to answer your question on Skyrim for you. Fantastic. So, Beast of a game, I'm guessing. Beast game. Shake up my paint. Fire Drake, thank you for joining the channel. Awesome to see you here. Awesome to see you. So we're getting back to some Madara painting of them. Here we go. Get all this stuff red down here, and then we're going to dry brush this stuff up a little bit green. That's going to be our plan here. And I'm actually going to paint the tongue a different color than red. Just because everything else is so red. That's my plan. Why I haven't painted it red. This one is supposed to say singing the song Painting the Roses Red. with kind of like the Alice in Wonderland supposed to do. Another one I have to get back to is Shadows of Brimstone. That was also a lot of fun to play. Get back to that game. When last we left off in that game, we're at the village, and I'm actually in the process of painting up the villagers. That was actually one of the things I was thinking about painting tonight was the villagers to that game. I decided against it. That was one of the options. I was going to make that one of the options, but sadly I didn't get those primed. Oh, I almost dropped my guy in the ground, so not a paint. Almost dropped the guy. I mean, oh, I think that is all painted. I'm kind of spinning it in all different directions to make sure I didn't miss anything here. What I'm doing. I think we're good. I got it all. That's the deal. I'm also expecting Final Girl and Vampire the Masquerade chapters the next month, and I can never claim to be bored. Exactly. I'm actually getting that Masquerade. Maybe that'll be the campaign I play. Vampire the Masquerade, because I know Colin will not want to play that one. Not into that kind of game. League of Dungeoneers is where Games Workshop should have been. Sadly, I missed the campaign, but I don't have the funds now. Oh, it's too bad. I'm sorry. I try to get at least one of each type of game. That's a great plan. I like getting one of each. It's like I get too many games. I should only get one of each kind of games. But I mean, here I got Quacks. I've got Madara, and underneath this is what's underneath this. Bard Songs underneath this one. I mean, I've got too many. I got too many dungeon crawlers. I got what is it? Shadows of Brimstone right here. The feudal village is back there. Wow, yeah, too many. Oh, that's another one I haven't gotten to yet. Is this Splendent Valley? I haven't gotten to that one yet. I have to get to that one. So many games to play, man. So many games to play. I got set back huge the last couple months with all the busyness of the family. I haven't really get a chance to get some of these games to the table. Got to make it happen. Got to make it happen. Got to make it happen. Got to make these guys. Got to get these guys painted. That's what I got to be doing here. These guys painted red. But this is actually one of my favorite things about being able to do this. I can paint and chit chat with everybody at the same time. This is so good. Love it. I do that too. Fire Drake variety is awesome. Vampire the Masquerade with the Tabir system. No, it's not going to be with the Tabir system. That would be awesome. It is coming, I believe, if I remember right, to that system. And I did actually back that system. I have, in theory, that whole extravaganza coming. But it's going to be just the base, the game that they originally put out on, I think it was GameFound, or was it Kickstarter? I forget which platform they put it out on. But it is going to be that original system. That's the deal with the board and all that stuff. I'm pretty pumped for that one, though. I think it'll be really cool. I didn't get a chance to play much of Vampire the Masquerade back in the day when it was with the tabletop role-playing game and everything. Yeah, Chapters is a full-on tabletop RPG with board game elements. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Morgan Knight. So I'm excited to get it. Like I said, I didn't get to play much of Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf or any of those role-playing game systems when I was younger. I wish I would have had a chance, but I was too busy doing other things at that time when I was that age, or during that time. Because in college, I think that was really kind of a big thing coming, and played enough. Get a chance to play. Should have. I didn't. Now, I did notice I missed his leg right down here, so we're going to have to get that with some black here after we're done with the red. Our mushrooms here. Right there. Line here. Go. I wish I would have gotten into D&D. My first experience was Warhammer 40k Second Edition. Oh, I never played that. I never played that. Never got to play that. I did play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons growing up. But then I was a big pause in it. Like I played it when I was in junior high, high school, stuff like that. There's a big pause when I went to college. It wasn't really, like I said, I wasn't really in with the crowd that did that kind of stuff. I probably should have latched on that crowd, but I didn't. And then just recently, it's kind of restarted for me within the last couple of years. Um, I finally convinced my wife and my friend and his wife that we should play Dungeons and Dragons. We've been really kind of going gung ho with that. We've actually had a few this last couple of months being so busy and stuff. We've actually not had a chance to do much of it, which is really sad. But hopefully we'll get into it coming in April. I think we're going to kind of jump back in full stride in April. So everybody kind of got a big break for about a month and a half. Now we're going to dive back into it. A lot of fun. Huge giant thing here. Awesome. Can you imagine this guy coming at you with these huge spikes and flower stuff? And I'm getting red all over myself. That's okay. Okay, bye. Yes, Margaret, it will helps keep the cost down on Obsession. Ah, for sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. That would definitely help. Yeah. It, I need to, and to make matters worse, I've been playing The Last of Us 2 a lot as well. So I haven't been focusing fully on board games. I've actually been playing a little bit of these video games. I mean, mainly because, of course, that show came out, and I had it, and I never really got into it. And I was like, I should just sit down and play this game. So I've been really working through that game as well, and it's been really fun to play through that game. I didn't realize I forgot how awesome those. I've been kind of playing through that as well. Kind of neat. So I did finish the show the other night. So my wife and I finished The Last of Us, which is pretty cool. The TV show they had going, pretty neat. You say that, but then you just end up blinging out the games you already have to crazy degree. That's another a whole another issue is blinging out games. Uh, Myself and Steve and Canje all talked about that at one point. We all talked about blinging out our games, I think, on one of the co-op chats we had, and what that means and why people do it. And I find myself not being able to do that as much as I thought I would. And it's actually, to a degree, it's a good thing that I don't. Um, the reason why is, sure, it'd be really cool to have these neat looking games and everything. Like, even when you saw my entire Kingdom Death Monster playthrough, um, what I did it, and the way I did it was I did it so that anybody who just picked up the core box, that's what they would have. And they wouldn't have all this like neat little dials or these neat like extra things that go with the game or so that was one of my goals was to, and it is kind of my goal as I go through it, is to have people be able to see the game in what you would normally get. There are some times I think I used in my Arkham Horror playthrough, I had like some extra blinged out little things, so I made sure to mention it. That doesn't go in the game. But if there are things that come like in a full-on Kickstarter, like full on-board everything Kickstarter, I totally will use every part of it because that could have been part of what you could have got on a Kickstarter or something. But any type of Etsy things and things or arts and crafts type things of that nature, I don't use as much as I could just for that reason. I hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Matthew Rose, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. It's been a while. Awesome to have you here. Thank you so much. Love the green hat. Sadly, I wasn't able to be around on the Green Hat Day. That'd have been really cool. Hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody had a good St. Patrick's Day and everything. There's nothing wrong with bling. Everything painted, everything 3D. True, true. I actually have some over here. These are the engines for Nemesis that I have to get painted up. I haven't done that yet for Nemesis. That'd be really cool to have out there. That'd be fantastic. I just bought stickers for some of my Meeple games. Really? That's interesting. I bought a 3D terrain for Kingdom Death. I so looked into that. And I so want to get that. I so do. I don't have a 3D printer, and I don't think I'll ever have a 3D printer because it's just another thing I'll probably screw up. So I have been debating about getting some of the 3D terrain that I've seen out there for Kingdom Death. I'll be wearing that at Gen Con, just FYI. Awesome. So in other words, we can see you from a mile away and run the other direction. I am totally kidding, of course. 100% kidding. That'll be awesome. We can pick you out in a crowd. That'll be fantastic. That's super, super good. Love it. I gotta get some yellow. Orange. No, yellow. Yellow is what I want. I want yellow. We're going to use yellow. It'll be awesome. I got a plan. Be really sweet. I'm going to open up my yellow, put it right here. I'm going to try this out. We're going to put some yellow on the back of this guy's hair here. That's what we're going to make this hair yellow. There we go. Decision made. Love it. It'll be good. Like it. Like it. Yes, I do. Perfect. All right. Let's get it over here now. I missed the mushroom. Mario would be very disappointed in me. So would my son, because he's a huge Mario fan. We're going to the Mario movie the day it comes out. Mario Brothers movie. My son is super into Super Mario Brothers. That's the plan. Abomination, Obsession, and Raiders of Scythe. I have plain meeples, so I found someone on Etsy who does cute stickers to make them more thematic. Well, that's pretty awesome. That's really sweet. I like that. I know eventually going to get a 3D printer. Seems like you need a resign for Kingdom Death. Yeah, you need like resin printers for that. I think they're easier to use and more that come out. Yes. I've looked into 3D printers and I just know I'd screw the whole thing up. So I'm like, I'm gonna let that go, let that part of the hobby go. I know it hurts inside because I kind of want to get one, and it'd be a good thing for me because I can get miniatures done that way. I can do terrain that way. I can do a whole bunch of stuff that way. But gotta stop it somewhere. Those stickers for the complete Everdell collection took forever to put on. Oh, that's funny. I never even thought about that because you got to put all the stickers on those things once you get them. There we go. Now the mushrooms. I missed that mushroom. Okay. We have the mushrooms done. We have the what do you call it? The hair done. I decided to go with yellow. So now we're going to dry brush this green on here. We're going to use what are we going to do? Let's look at our picture. See where we're going to go from here. So here's our picture. Now I want to get this green in here, but I really want to do it. I want to make it so, but I want to kind of get it so it kind of goes over the whole thing. We're going to do some green dry brushing. I think that's what we're going to do. Do some green dry brushing. Let's find it. Now I've got multiple colors of green I can use. I could do a dark green, angel green. I could do kind of a green skin green here. Or I could do, I think I'll do this one. Goblin green. We're going to do goblin green. We're going to see how that goes. Could be a bad idea. Or the other interesting thing is I could really spice it up with this. I think we'll do that on the inside. Okay, I think I got a plan. All right, got a plan. Here we go. Dan, he loves my plans. I'm going to shake this up. It's going to take a while to do it. All right. I decided not to sticker my Everdell copy. That's been I have not played Everdell. I've not played Everdell. Probably should. I should play that sometime. Now this is really thick paint. Really thick paint. It's almost like painting on a glue. This is the Turbo Dork paints. This is apple cider or apple seed. Apple seed. It's based off an anime. But now, interestingly enough, the way this works is I'm shake it well, make sure the tip is clear. For most vibrant results, apply over green undercoat and paint 3 to 5 thin layers with airbrush or a hand brush. That's how you're supposed to do it. We're going to try something bonkers unique that's probably not going to work. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to try to dry brush this into the mandibles of this thing and see how it goes. I think I'll wear it Thursday or Saturday or just Thursday. Then my Sonola hat, my parents-in-law are sketchy. You should wear it all the time. All the time. I just think that's awesome that you still have the hat. That's awesome. Now I have to shake this up quite a bit. Because right when you think you've shaken this paint up enough, you shake it up. That's how this paint works. Now, I don't even know if this is going to work at all. This could be just a giant debacle and not work at all. But that's part of painting, is being able to experiment, see what happens. We'll see how this goes. But we are going to get both these guys done tonight, and that's going to be super pumped with this. Get this okay. Now we're going to try this out. We're going to see if this works. We're going to bring this down here. We're going to bring in our little paint tray here, and I'm going to put a little bit out here. Now you're going to see this stuff comes out really thick. There we go. Just like that. Super thick. I've also got my goblin green that I want to do too. I get that. You could make it a wash. Could you make it a wash? That's a great question. I've never tried that with that type of paint because you're supposed to lay it on multiple thicknesses. But I could try. This is just goblin green. This is a straight normal paint. I'm just going to take a normal dry brush, dab it in there, go to town with this thing, and draw, wash this. We're just going to dry brush this green. Kind of neat to just put on some green on this thing. I'm not really making sure it's in a certain spot. I'm just kind of hitting it all over here. Bits and pieces. That's the deal. I just want to kind of show that it's not just red. So, got a little bit of green just kind of going on. A little more green on this. Off. Kind of hit some of the parts. Dots on the mushrooms later. Green on and hit this side now. You can see it's just kind of nicely getting a different particular shade on there. And almost darkening up the red a little bit. Kind of nicely giving a little bit of like life color to it. That makes sense. Go. Put on here. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to try this. I didn't even unwet my brush. I just went straight for it. We're just going to put this on here. We're going to dry brush this on. I don't know how well. Probably not at all. Gosh, this to let's get it on the inside of that one. Oh my gosh. Wait, I think. Could be wrong, but we'll see. I just want to hit the inside here, this claw thing. And I want to hit this ball with it. See what happens. All right. So here's what we got. We got this guy now. Theory, this is supposed to be a kind of shiny green, and actually didn't turn out too bad. Now I know it kind of looks a little sloppy, but that's okay. It's kind of what I wanted because that way it kind of just kind of looks organic a little bit. That's my plan. Now we're gonna do some of the mushrooms on this top there, right there. I'm gonna wash this brush off a little bit, even though washing a dry brush is never your best plan because that's no longer a dry brush. So I'm drying it off quite a lot, really drying it off, really digging that color out of there. Now let's go over to the other side, or the other guy, I should say. Not more green on there. There we go. Good to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think it looks good too. You're right, Baron. I should wear the big green hat the entire time. It'll be obnoxious. It'll be obnoxious, but obvious around everyone. Exactly. 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 Beg your pardon. I'm still working on a cold a little bit. Still got a cough, so my voice sometimes goes a little bit. But I'm back to 100%, which is good. All right. Now let's do the other side. This one. Do this one. Start just putting a little bit of green on here. Go. That's a lot of green. Like I said, I'm just trying to make this thing look kind of organic. My plant. Somewhat organic. Down here on the ball, get a little bit of that. There we go. That's done. Now let's do this side. Okay, I've got a plan for that later. Go. Overdid on the other side, but that's okay. Steve, greetings. Good to have you here, Steve. Steve is wondering what we're painting. Painting Madara. Look at how awesome this thing looks. Pretty sweet, doesn't it? Good greetings, good sir. What are you painting? We are painting Madara. We are painting a Blighted Guardian. Blighted Guardian is what we're painting tonight. This is going to be sweet. And I'm still slowly getting over a cold here. Now we're going to dry brush some of this more silvery green into here, just like we did the last time. Right onto that. I don't know how much that green comes through, but all right. Ball here. Green. Get this. Green. Slop it on there. There we go. Slop it. Slop it. Ugh. There we go. That's done. Now, see what happens if I do this. I'm not sure it's going to work. I'm going to put some more green out on this thing. This is that Turbo Dark green. I am going to paint the tongue with it. See what happens. I'm supposed to paint this over green. I'm just going to paint it thickly on here. Oh, it's going to be. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. Now his tongue kind of really looks almost metallic-y. It'll be kind of cool. Metallic-y green. Rest of this stuff. Oh, it's so good. Okay, really excited for the way that turned out. We're gonna a little bit over here. There we go. That's fantastic. Not painting more Oathsworn stuff. Did you cancel the campaign, or are you just optimistically believing Colin won't kill more characters? That's a great question. We are not. We are not stopping Oathsworn. We will not stop Oathsworn until we have come to the end of the game. That is the plan. Um, I'm not painting Oathsworn tonight because next time we get together for Oathsworn, we're going to be doing the story. Now, between the story and the encounter, I will be doing an Oathsworn painting because he wants to try out the Exile, the next one. So I do have to paint up the Exile. The Exile will be painted up soon. Gotta go. Hope everyone has a good night. Thank you so much, Fire Drake, for coming. It was awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. One of the best parts about this, being able to meet and chat with everybody. Super good. You could jump in. Thank you so much for joining. So, yes, Matthew, we will be continuing Oathsworn, and I do have to pay another guy for Oathsworn. That will be coming. Will be coming soon. Okay, where am I? Oh, I was going to put some neat little dots. Should I do yellow or yellow? Yellow. I think yellow's the color. Yellow's the color. We're going to use yellow. Put some dots on the mushrooms that are growing on his shoulders. Put a little bit of yellow here. There we go. That's plenty. I'm going to take the smallest brush I have, which is this one. Don't ever use it for much at all. Put some yellow on that. We're just going to put Couple little dots. Put a dot here. Dot here. Dot here. There we go. And we'll put more over here. Dot there. Perfect. There. No dot there. And now it kind of looks like the mushroom has little dots on it. That'll be pretty cool. So the next one. Dot. Dot here. Dot there. Okay, get some more paint on it. Dot here. Dot here. Dot there. You're dot here. There you go. Nice. Love it. Loving that. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do here. The last D&D game, the party had to rescue some children. The fighter decided to break out the window and get the kids out of the way because there was a dragon guarding them. Really? And nobody died. Pretty proud of them. They saved the children. Nobody died. And broke the glass to get out of there, huh? Not a bad plan. I did not break any glass. We did not play Dungeons & Dragons in so long, it's ridiculous. This was after I told the party that the window was 20 feet above ground and the fighter was throwing the kids. Oh. I guess there might have some broken legs, some dislocated shoulders involved in this. Probably not the greatest plan. I might have even had a better plan, believe it or not, than that. That's hilarious. Can't believe it. All right, let's see here. So, that's what you did in Dungeons & Dragons. That's pretty awesome. That's, again, so great, because there's always awesome stories that happen in Dungeons & Dragons. Or any role-playing game, for that matter. Any role-playing game. I've got this stuff. We're going to try this. It ended up as bad as you think. I don't know. Was that bad? Oh, no. That's so bad. The poor kids. Oh, my gosh. So I guess they found out what 20 feet really was at that point. Really did. I got this purple tone. We're going to try this, too. This is another thing we're going to do. I'm going to put some purple tone inside here. This is a purple wash. I'm going to put a couple drops of that on. Now, what I'm going to do with this is we're going to wash the entire, everything that's red. And we're going to wash it. Even though it's got the green on here, we're going to wash this with purple too. It's going to kind of darken everything back down again a little bit. That's what it's going to do. Purple, darken this all down. I think that'll be good. Just works. Could be the worst idea I've ever had. We'll find out. Don't think it's going to be okay. There. Purple. Then darken down these mushrooms a little bit. Perfect. Next one. More purple. I hit the leg. Not a big deal. Need a little bit more purple. Ran out. One more drop of purple. Here we go. One more little bit of purple and we're all done. That part. Now sadly I hit the leg. I got to deal with that, so we're going to try to mop this off the leg. flag over here too. Maybe that's okay. A little bit on the mushroom, not much. Darken it up a little bit. Go. Side as well. There we go. Okay, that's done. Good. On a positive note, the other members in the party tried to distract the hag that kidnapped the kids by having the bard play songs and having a dance party with the hag. And I bet he rolled a natural 20 for his performance check. And then the hag dance. Who knows? Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. That sounds sweet. Dancing hag. I hope there was a dancing hag. That'd be sweet. Okay. Getting kind of close to this. Good. Okay. Now, I think there's much left I need to do. Okay. We're going to put a base on these things, and I think I based these very similar to the other stuff. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So, I got this. Strickland Battle Mire. It's kind of a thick paint. People have seen this, I think, before. What I use for a lot of basing. I don't usually go with, I do have like tufts of grass and sands and things like this, but I have a tendency to just like this stuff because I can just put it on and it's done. That's the deal. Now the thing is, you have to remember this stuff is really thick. It's full of sand and yuck and guck like this, and it's super thick, and you just gotta just put it on there. Once you get it on the base, you have to move it around. That's the deal. So, well, I drop some on the ground, so whoever bet on Strickland Mud being the paint I drop on the ground wins. We're going to put this on here. Grab some of it. That's the second time I dropped on the ground. Let's bang it on a thing like this so I can get some of it up into the cap here. Not a lot. I need way more than that. That's the deal. Yes, I knew it would be brown. I knew somebody was going to get it all down there. I dropped it all down there. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's okay. It'll blend into the carpet that's down there. Yes, that's right. There's carpet underneath my painting station. Why would any human on the planet put... Whoa, now I dropped the whole pot on the ground. So, Morganite, you're on fire tonight. When it comes to figuring out what I'm going to drop, I dropped the whole pot on the ground. Trying to get the pot paint to come down out of the ground. Let's see if I can get this to work right. Oh, last time I tried something like this, the whole thing exploded. All right, let's see here. There you go. Can't believe it. Okay, here's what I need. This is the stuff I need right here. Okay, now I've got what I need. A big clump of this is what I need. Big clumps. You push it around the base. So it fits in all the spots. See, now the opposite way I could do this, if I had glue, like Elmer's glue, I could just PVC glue or PVA glue or whatever they call it. You could just put that in here. That'd be another way to do it. I'm going to use some of the Strickland mud, especially because this guy looks like he comes from a swamp, so we're going to do it that way. So there we go. We're getting this just like this. I feel your pain, but it's kind of funny. Oh, it's always a blast, man. Oh, let me get some more of this. Here we go. Now, this guy is not positioned well to really put this paint onto him very well without messing up some of the paint that's there. Because this technically is still paint. That's the deal. So if I hit the model with it, it's going to actually paint it brown. Even though it looks very thick and chunky. So it's kind of tough to get this where I want it to go. Not my painting. We're going to see. I want to get it into here. So good enough. Try to get this in here. Okay. See if that's looking okay. That's looking okay. Got around most of it. I need a little bit more here. To push more into right. Now, if you don't have it on a decently thick, it'll dry, and it won't dry. It'll dry with like kind of just looking like a brown base. But if you put a lot of it on, it really looks like a whole thick sandy base like that. That's my goal here. And it all disappeared. All fell down. All right. Oh, there we go. A little bit more to do on this. We'll do the other one. And we got our Madara figures painted for tonight, and now we're ready for the next mission. Go on the next mission then. There we go. Okay, that one's done. Done. Next. This guy. I think I want to bring it nice and you can kind of pat it down with your brush. It works pretty well. Now, believe it or not, that's actually almost too tall. I'm going to try to swing some of it over to this side. Oh, that's tucked there. That's tucking underneath the ball there. Tucking the ball, the butt of the ball. This on here. Okay. So be it, Jedi. You're just all going to be there. Okay. Fine. Perfect. We'll get some more. We got more. A lot. I feel right. Okay. Okay, this one little part back here. Not going to be enough, I think. Get a little bit more. A little bit more. Yep, a little bit more. For this little part right part, you can kind of see red, but it's not supposed to be red. There you go. Okay. We got a mud model there. Now, I'm not going to paste the rim of this, though, with this. I'm going to paint the rim a different color. And I'll show you why. Got it. More of a trick. Okay. So for those of you that have not played Madara, or do play Madara, that's the deal. Dirty carpet, clean paintbrushes, shame ding got. G-O-T. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I paint dropped it on the right there. I can see the brown right there. Oh my gosh. Yep, my paintbrushes are clean, man. Super good. Super good clean brushes. Love it. But yeah, that was something else. Dropped all over. Thank you so much, Matthew. Very, very kind of you. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to show you my trick. This is one of my tricks. For those that haven't played Madara or are planning on playing Madara, it comes with a set of bases, that rings that you can put on your bases of the miniatures to denote which miniature it is when it comes to doing its AI. And for example, the Bladed Guardian has red and purple. So I think you see where this is going, don't you? Instead of having to replace all those rings, I know that there's only 2 Bladed Guardians in the game at any one time that can be on the board. There are only 2 miniatures for the Bladed Guardians as well. So in this aspect, then I'm going to paint one of the bases red, and I'm going to paint one of them purple. That way I know which one is which when it's on the table, and I don't have to use the rings that the game comes with. So, hard part, making the purple and the red really stick to these things. So I'm going to use Dragon Fire. That's the deal. Dragon Fire for one of them. Not to mention, I don't think the brown's dry enough yet, but we'll give it a shot. What the heck? What's the worst thing that can happen? I just paint over it again at a later date. But that is one of the problems about doing a painting stream. I can't let it takes a while for some of this to dry, and I'm not letting it do that. Especially this thick paint like this isn't going to dry very fast. That's the deal. We're still going to try to go around here with some red here. See how this goes. I'm going to go completely around with the red and probably hit this model with it, which means it's going to move over here. Now this red is going to be a lot brighter red than the red of the miniature that I've been painting. Don't tempt me with Madara. I've got so many campaign games arriving this year already. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. That's why I feel I need to get back to Madara, because I need to get this played, because there's so many other fun, exciting games coming. That's the deal. That's the deal. I love Madara. The story is really good. Almost as good as Oathsworn. Agreed. 100% agree. The story for Madara is so good. And it's interesting because it really starts out as more of a like CW show. Like this really like, oh hey, everything's fine. And then it really takes, I shouldn't say it takes a big turn to like, but it really and I guess it's not mature theme at all. But it really, the story develops such an awesome thing. I haven't even touched ISS Vanguard yet. Oh, you got to touch that game. That game is awesome. You got to touch that game right now. That's what you got to do. That game is amazing. I really like that game. I really like that game a lot. That game's super fun. I have not had a bad experience with that game yet. I love the ship phase. I love the planet exploration phase. I love not showing you what I'm painting. Right there. That's it. So here. Now I've got this red base. Got a red ring around the base. Just gonna paint a couple more things here. Out of there. I told you so. I was off. We're gonna get some more red on there. Good enough. Good enough red base. I'm not gonna. Oh, and it fell on the ground. There we go. That'll be good enough for the game. There we go. Sudden peer pressure to molest the box. That's right. Peer pressure to molest the box. Go touch that ISS Vanguard. So good. So good. You want to roll the dice. You want to roll the dice. Madara Kickstarter is opening up in the next week or two, so it'll be available. Oh, it is coming back. That's awesome. I didn't know about that. That's awesome. When basically the first Kickstarter I went all in on, and then the second one I went all in on. I think I went all in. Because I think the one thing I do know they're doing that is kind of a little. I can see how when a game develops, you need to develop with the game. But I know that it's purple? No, my fingers turned purple. Like it was interesting because they brought out Madara and then they instantly kind of came out with like a 1.1 rule set. And I had just done like all my playthroughs of the Mast, which is like the first like missions of the game. And now those are not exactly obsolete, but there's a lot of things in there that the rules changed based on what they decided to do. So, um, and I kind of had to put I think I put a thing on there saying in the comments or something saying like, watch out, some of the stuff has changed in the rules, things like that. I don't need it. Don't need it. I don't need it. I need. Yes, you do. You need it. Board Game Officer. I really like this game. Now, on the flip side, Colin will not touch this with a 10-foot pole. He does not like it. He doesn't like the story. He doesn't like he doesn't like the art in the game and things of that nature. So again, not every game for every person. But this is a game for me. I really like this game. It seems like the ship phase could really be confusing. There just seems like there's a lot out there. For ISS Vanguard, there is a lot kind of going on, but it's really, they do lay it out really well to be able to go step by step by step. Um, and I think it works as long as you follow every step. Because if you miss a certain step or two, it could get confusing because something that should not be there or there is all of a sudden in the wrong place, and you have access to it or don't have access to it and wonder why you don't have access to it. Or you could just completely draw the wrong card, which I did in my playthrough, and thought, why do I have this? I don't get it. So, again, if you draw the wrong card, then that's the deal. I know I'll love it when I get it, but none of my peeps are available right now. Hopefully soon, and yes, dice. I already blame Barrett for my Oathsworn purchase. The thing is, you're not going to blame me because that game is awesome. That game is so fun. We have a lot of fun playing that game. A lot of fun playing that game. I got purple. I got to put some purple on my guy here. See if I can get the purple out of the thing here. No, purple is locked in. Purple is locked in. I got to get the purple out. I need a pin. Where are my pins? Here's my pin. My army painter set is so old that it probably needs to be upgraded here at some point. But it's so old that some of the stuff has started to. It's basically a solid thing there. So I gotta dig through this thing so that that's the deal. Cool. All right, that's done. Let's see if it squirts out now. No, still doesn't squirt out. So if it still doesn't squirt out now, I just take the cop tap. Oh, look at that. It's all clogged in there. That's fantastic. We're just going to take that. Yeah, and now there's already a 1.2 version. Yes, there is a 1.2 version coming. So again, it's almost like we have to kind of relearn the game a little bit. Because I'm sure 99% of it will kind of remain the same. But there's always going to be this like, oh, I'm going to do it like this. Like, oh, they did change that. Oh, they changed that. Like, but, and so I have to see how that all transpires. But now this one's going to be purple. I'm going to paint the whole base on this one purple. Purple out of the tub there. There you go. Almost done. Go, match that up right there. Done. And I believe that's still wet. Good. There's something else I forgot to do. Oh, purple on that miniature. Okay. Got purple on that? I think that'll be good. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Purple's back on. Purple's done. Put purple over here. Okay. One more thing I gotta do. We gotta make it look cool. We gotta make these guys have some cool stuff going on. I've got all these neat little things that I went and picked out. I picked up all these things. These are tufts of grass. Different kinds. I've got, ooh, I like this one. Frozen turf. We're going to use that one for these guys. That's the deal. I'm going to rip this thing open and we're going to put some on there. That's the deal. These are super cool because they just come on these little neat things like this. And these are by Army Painter. You just pull them off with the tweezers. If I can find my tweezers in my set of junk over here. No, that's not tweezers. That's not tweezers. Neon tufts. Everybody needs neon tufts. That sounds awesome. I need neon tufts. What's going on? Now I'm just making a mess. There it is. I should have had this thing ready to go. So I got my tweezers here. That's the deal. I need some neon tufts. Yeah, that'd be good. I think the biggest change is shuffling the initiative cards each turn. 100% agree. That was one of the biggest changes for that game, which I thought, I didn't know if that was needed. I really don't. I think, but I could understand a little bit why that was kind of needed, because also when you had, let's see here. Now, of course, these are bigger, smaller sizes. Smaller down here, bigger up here. I'm going to just smaller ones than this guy. If you had a plan and it was all based on whether your guy was in a certain initiative order, that would have sucked. Now, they could have also adjusted it by making some of the abilities manipulate the track. Potentially could have been a way of doing it. I don't know. But it did change a little bit. I'm not for the better or worse. It just changed it, and I have no problem playing that way. Works totally fine. And it actually is kind of cool to not know what's going to happen. It makes it a little bit tougher sometimes. But they were finding that a lot of times the monsters were getting destroyed before they could even do things. So being able to do that made things a little bit that way. All right, we'll see what we got. Ta-da! 2 painted up miniatures. Here we go. Got this guy. He's all set to go. Green tongue and his purple base. He's all set. He's got his little wily little thing there with his metal, the rusty top hat here. Here. Done. And his little buddy is the same. Super ready to go with his rusty top and his banged little stuff here he's got going on. I think that purple wash actually worked out pretty well. I'm pretty excited by that. A little bit of touch up here on this base. Eventually we're going to put some more red on it, but that's okay. So there you go. We got our 2 miniatures done tonight, everybody. Thanks to you guys, to all of you. We got this done. Whew. That was a painting episode. That was a lot of fun. Wow. Yeah, 8, 9, what is it? 2.5 hours to get them done. Hour miniature, totally fine. Would have probably got them done about half that time, but I had too much fun chit-chatting, so I didn't paint fast enough. That's okay. I'd rather chit-chat than paint fast. That's the deal. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed the painting episode. We're going to come back again on Wednesday next week to do more painting episodes. Cal and I will be getting, I did promise you info on Monday. I am going to have my Patreons decide what we're going to do on Monday. Here's the deal. Colin has brought over Fire Team Zero, the board game. I don't know if anybody knows this game. He's done quite a few playthroughs on his channel, but he was hoping that we could do some live plays of that. We're hoping that would be, we were thinking about doing maybe 1 or 2 episodes of that, because that would get you through a whole, their campaign is only usually about 3 episodes long, so it would take us probably 2 sessions to get through it, which might be a lot of fun. It's a really tough game, but it's really fun. I really like the Fire Team Zero. It's a fun game. It's quick, it's easy to learn, and it's a neat little dungeon crawler. Now, on the flip side, it's almost impossible to get. It's out of print, and it's really, I think, expensive on the secondary market. But we're interested in either playing that or continuing just going forward with Oathsworn is the other options. So I'm going to see what transpires. So keep your eye out for what we're doing on Monday night if you're interested in joining us. That'd be fantastic. Thank you all for joining. Morganite, Steve, thank you so much again. These streams are great. Good, sir. You're welcome. Board Game Officer, awesome to have you. Thank you for joining. I can hardly wait to get some more stuff going here. Good night, everyone. Morganite says, good night to everybody. I say, again, sorry for the rocky start at the beginning. Mental note from now on, I am just going to hardline this. I feel really bad that there was some jumps in the middle of this. It could have been avoided, and now I know how to avoid it. Thank you all for joining. I'm excited to get back to these. Super fun. Thank you for your patience last month with a lot of stuff coming out. But we're going to get back into the groove. Again, here we are. We're done. We're done painting. Thank you so much for watching. If you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the painting table. Thank you again so much, everybody.